call the St. Clair Board of Aldermen meeting January 16th, 2023 to order at this time, serving as Mayor Pro Tem in the absence of Mayor Bailey. May I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Beeman. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Bailey.
Here.
Attorney Bosch.
Here.
Alderman Sykes.
Here.
Will you stand with me now for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to make a little housekeeping announcement for those of you that are here with your cell phones. If you would please turn them on silent or to the off position, we'd appreciate it very much. First item of business is our consent agenda. This item requires one simple motion to pass unless an item is removed and addressed separately by the Board of Aldermen. First on the consent agenda, Council Report December 30th, 2022 through January 12th, 2023. Second item, Board of Aldermen meeting minutes, January 3rd, 2023. Number 3, Board of Aldermen executive session minutes dated January 3rd, 2023. Number 4, December 2022 collector's report. 5, 2022 annual financial statement unaudited. And number 6, Proposition P, statement of accounts, 4th quarter 2022. Is there a motion to receive or any discussion?
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda as printed.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Sykes and seconded by Alderman Veland. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beeman.
Aye.
Alderman Saley.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Motion carried. The next item of business is a Board of Aldermen appointment. This normally comes through the mayor as a recommendation to the board. I would like to receive a motion to table this in the absence of the mayor, that we could consider this at another meeting.
Make a motion to table the Board of Aldermen appointment until a later date.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Saley.
Aye.
Alderman Beeman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item of business is ordinance and resolution, public participation. In regards to public participation, please use the podium, state your name and address for the record, and be reminded there is a 3-minute time limit per speaker. Under ordinances, we have bill number 2023-2, an ordinance approving a Weatherford lot consolidation for Jeff and Cheryl Kohler. If approved, bill number 2023-2 becomes ordinance number 2095. Alderman Veland, as representative of planning and zoning, do you have anything you want to discuss or inform us of?
It's pretty straightforward, but I would like to congratulate the Kohlers and thank them for sticking it out with St. Clair.
It's all about you, Art.
I don't think so.
I just like coming up to you.
I make a motion, I'd like to introduce bill number 2023-01 for first and second reading by title only. Nope, sorry. Bill number 2023-02 for first and second reading by title only.
First reading. An ordinance approving the boundary consolidation of FP Weatherford's Hillcrest Subdivision Plat 2, Consolidation Lot 8 and Lot 9 in Block 6 of FP Weatherford's Hillcrest Subdivision in Section 25, Township 42 North, Range 1 West of the 5th PM, as per recorded of deeds and being the same tract as recorded in document number 2120840 of the Franklin County Land Records Office in Union, Missouri. Second reading. An ordinance approving the boundary consolidation of FP Weatherford's Hillcrest Subdivision Plat 2, Consolidation Lot 8 and Lot 9 in Block 6 of FP Weatherford's Hillcrest Subdivision in Section 25, Township 42 North, Range 1 west of the 5th PM, as per plat of record in Plat Book C, page 77, in the office of the Recorder of Deeds, and being the same tract as recorded in document number 2120840 of the Franklin County Land Records Office in Union, Missouri.
I move to approve bill number 2023-02 as read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Salem.
Aye.
Alderman Beeland.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Motion carried. Bill number 2023-02 becomes ordinance number 2025. Next item on the agenda is a resolution. You have in your packets a resolution. First one, 2022-01, a resolution directing the removal of certain account signatories.
I move to approve resolution 2023-01 as read.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Beeland.
Aye.
Alderman Salem.
Aye. Motion carried. We also have another resolution, resolution number 2023-02, a resolution directing the appointment of interim city administrator for execution of documents.
I move to approve resolution 2023-02 as read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Beeland.
Aye.
Alderman Salem.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving along, unfinished business. The first item on unfinished business is the discussion regarding amending the certification advancement policy for city employees. Board, is there any further information that needs to be brought forward or action necessary regarding this unfinished business? It was tabled at the last meeting.
I would like to table this one more time to just do a little more research.
And you're putting that in form of a motion?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Alderman Salem.
Aye.
Alderman Beeland.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item will be tabled. The next unfinished business is community center roof update. Craig, you have been in charge of this. Do you want to report on this now, or do you want to take that down to departmental reports and report at that time?
We can do it now.
Okay. Come forward, please.
Craig Sullivan, building inspector for City of St. Clair. We have completed the specifications for a new roof for the community center. We are holding those right now. My understanding is the building trades class with St. Clair High School, the instructor, Jack Durking, is going to take a look at that building and see if that would possibly be a project that the building trades class could do for us. We would provide the building materials. They would remove the current roof and put the new roof on. That being said, we very well may need to go out to bid to have a solar system company come in, remove the current solar panels, and then reinstall those. So again, the specs are done. We're just waiting on Mr. Durkin to take a look at the building and see if that's something that possibly the school district could help us out with as far as the building trades class.
Thank you. If there are no comments, we'll move on to the third item of unfinished business. In your packet was a copy of the notice of maturity of our CD at Farmers and Merchants Bank for the amount of $260,502.50. This CD matured on January 13th. As is stated, the account will not automatically renew or earn interest after maturity. Since it's already matured, it's not earning any interest at this time. So I asked if we could also get a copy of the latest communication with the bank in regards to renewal rates. 12 to 18 month, 4.25, 6 to 12 month, 4.15. But if you look at that note down below, it did say that 12 months would equal the 4.25. So I think we need to discuss what direction we want to give in order to get this renewed, and what term particularly that we would want to go with. This was a 1 year, am I correct? I think this was a 1 year renewal. So we would have to decide.
This one might have only been a 6 month.
Was it 6?
Yeah, it's supposed to be on July 11th.
Okay, I'm
July
sorry.
13th, I'm sorry.
Okay, so this was a 6 month. So that would renew at 4.15 if we went with a 6 month. 12 month or above, I believe we could get the 4 and a quarter. So what's your pleasure, board?
I think
Do we
at
need
this point, doing the 12 month to get the better interest rate would be advisable. We just set a budget and it was balanced, and I think that I think that was, if I remember correctly, that was our thought process when we did the 6 month. The last time was because we wanted to have that cash, like that mature at the time of the end of the fiscal year in case we needed that for, projects or whatever. But with the ARPA funds coming in and with the balanced budget for 23, I think we could go 12 months and make the most out of our money.
And we do have one coming due in February for consideration as well, so.
And we could possibly look at that second one for a shorter term
Right.
if need be.
Because we don't know where the rates are. I'm thinking the rates may go up, but we don't know. If we can get a 4.25 for a year, I would say that would be the way to go.
I'll make a motion to renew the CD for a 12-month term at the interest rate of 4.25.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Alderman Salem.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Beelen.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under new business, appointment of Craig Sullivan as SEMA floodplains representative. We talked about that in the department meeting. I'm going to elaborate, and then if you have anything to contribute, please do. This is something that we need. Normally, the city administrator, I believe, filled that position. We will get audited on this, so we do need to have someone in place that's going to be able to gather the information, complete the reports, so that when we are audited, we will be prepared. Mr. Sullivan is willing to take on this responsibility, and so we need to discuss where we're going to go with this.
What do the audits consist of?
My understanding is, and I haven't had a chance to fully research it yet, my understanding is the floodplain manager for our region through SEMA will actually visit the community. She's going to want to look at any permits that were issued in one of our floodplains. She's going to look at our stormwater system. There's some other things that she's going to look at, and we do need to have a paper trail to follow all that up. I'll be quite honest with you, right now I'm not sure how much of that has been done. That's what I have to look into. They do these visits every 3 years, and I have not been able to find out yet when the last time they came. So it definitely is something. The biggest issue is our community is in what they call the National Floodplain Insurance Association. If we don't have a good audit, if we're missing something, any of the citizens within the city limits that have that national flood insurance could lose that insurance. So my understanding is we need to take a look at that fairly quickly and make sure that, do whatever we need to do to make sure we're in compliance.
You need a motion?
I do.
Make a motion to appoint Craig Sullivan as the SEMA floodplains representative.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Alderman Bevan.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Sands.
Aye. Motion carried. Craig Sullivan is appointed SEMA manager, director, representative. Okay. Again, under new business, Showtime Pyrotechnics 2023 display plan discussion. It's my understanding, and the timeline isn't real clear, but the only decision that we need to make, the date has already been determined, but we do need to make a decision in regards to where we want to hold the fireworks in order for them to plan accordingly and understand the lay of the land, so to speak. So let's discuss what is our pleasure in regards to our location. Last year we had it at the airport. Not sure that we got real good feedback. I know that there was some visibility issues. So I would entertain discussion from either alderman as to your pleasure in that regard. You worked it.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see it move back to Orchard Park. I was there at Orchard Park during the event, and you could not see the fireworks. I even walked through the park during the fireworks while everyone sat kind of grumbling under their breath that they could only see, 1 out of 5 or 6 of the display items, and tried to see if a different part of the park had a better advantage, a better view, but it really just was overall not a positive experience. And so just moving forward, I really would like to see the fireworks move back to Orchard Park. Plus, it is our big park. It's the one thing that, whether we have things before the fireworks or not, it is the one big draw that the city still has to our main Orchard Park. And if they're shot off from there, it brings bigger crowds there. And there was still a good bit of people in the park last year. There was quite a few people that unfortunately were kind of dissatisfied. So, overall, I'll make the motion to move it back to Orchard Park this year.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Alderman Sands.
Aye.
Alderman Bevan.
Aye.
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Motion carried. Attorney Voss, do you have anything for us?
Nothing, Mayor.
Thank you. Departmental reports, Public Works. Mr. Ivy, do you have anything for us?
Just to let the board know, we talked about the roof on City Hall a couple different times. I met with a guy last week from a company I think they're out of Fenton, called Trimco. And those guys, they manufacture and then so they'll do all the specs, they'll do all the bidding, all the everything, they'll do all the inspection. So that guy was out last week, looked over the roof, and he is putting together a proposal for different phases of the roof. And they not only do the roof, but they do the entire building. So windows, he was throwing out some terms that I've never heard before in terms of the brick, and some of the soldier course on this side of the gym is cracked. So there's a lot of things that the building needs. So he's going to put together a proposal to do it in phases so that we can budget over the course of the next few years. And I heard from him this afternoon. He'll be here next Tuesday to go over that proposal. And hopefully we'll have something at the next meeting that at least we can look at and have some kind of ballpark idea of what it's going to cost and what we want to do for phase 1. So.
And you probably said this, and I didn't hear you clearly. He will deliver phases and recommendations.
Yes.
You talked about that this morning.
Yeah, what he's supposed to propose to us is what they think is the most important to the least important, and then price that out, and then we can figure out how much we can do each year, or what we want to do, what we need to do. So that's the way that I ask him to do that. So
That would be very helpful. Thank you. Anything further?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Chief Wirt, do you have anything?
Only if anybody has questions about our annual report, other than that, nothing there.